Welcome back to the Pedal Progressions podcast, where progression is the obsession. We had a super fun time today talking to, I would say, the generation after me and before Kellen and Craig of downhill riders from the West Michigan area, and it is just story after story, which Kellen will tell you about in the little outline he has for the episode. I'd like to thank our sponsors right away. We are recording live, and it's not super hot today, which is awesome, at the Taco Tuesday at Cannonsburg Ski Lodge studio. It is awesome outside right now. They have the Spartan race stuff set up, and it just looks like kind of like hell, actually. But it looks like it's going to be a huge event. I can't wait to hear about it next week. Our guest coming up from 8th Day Gym, another sponsor. The Burn Intro offer, $49. Come get unlimited classes for a month. One of our guests today, Mitch, he does stuff at Luminary Fitness, which is our competitor. You'll hear a little bit about that in the episode. Also, the Building Blocks Foundation, buildingblocksfoundationinc.org. Summer programs going on right now. And thank you, GRPS, for giving us a spot to help kids speak better. And you'll hear about the golf outing in a second from Mr. Gregory.
Oh boy, he hit me with the Gregory. That episode was a whirlwind. You should come out to Taco Tuesdays, 5 to 9. Come get your drinks. Come ride your bike. Please, come visit Cannonsburg if you're looking for something to do. All the other days not named Tuesday, we're talking Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, you should come out to deck nights. So I just saw the menu this evening for the first time. They got a chicken sandwich, a burger, a couple salads. It looks like they're pumping out some awesome food here at Cannonsburg. So make sure to come out. I believe it's 5 to 9. Almost every single night they got something going on. So be sure to join. Next up is Dragon Adventures Skills Park Build. So that's July 25th to the 27th. It's camping. We're going to do some shuttles at the end of the day out to the Dragon Trail. And if you show up, you're going to get fed and you're going to get a parking pass for the rest of the year with an outdoor shower in the parking lot.
Also, I found out as we are recording the segment videos that are going to be online for people to see the segments, that we are going to do some filming and do some more segments. And so you will be in the video that will be on YouTube describing the segments.
You're going to live forever. It's going to be on YouTube. So next up, we've got a Jacoby event. King of the Ring, July 26th. I believe there was a food truck last time. They had lobster, I hear. Not sure what's in store in terms of food and beverage this time, but you can be assured if it's a Jacoby event, there's going to be good times, there's going to be good food, and there's going to be awesome, awesome racing. So come out July 26th, race in a circle, go fast, look delicious, take chances, don't die. Last up, we've got the Building Blocks Foundation golf outing, August 22nd at Boulder Creek. There are still spaces available for individual golfers, full teams to show up. There's opportunities to sponsor holes, put a sign out on the course. Please use our link in our Instagram bio. Which, Kellen, what is our Instagram bio?
Our Instagram bio is at pedal_progressions_podcast. The link tree is in the description. You can also email the show at pedalprogressions@gmail. We'd love to hear from you.
Buy some merch.
We appreciate it. Everything you buy goes right back into the podcast. So this podcast, we talked to Mitch Knoll and Tyler Keuning. It was a fun podcast. I felt like I was a listener the whole time. There's just story after story, and I was captivated and sat here and didn't say a word. But we talked about how to prepare your hands for braking bumps for a downhill trip. We also learned about the Red Bull Chumbawamba race. It's an endurance downhill race where the most runs downhill wins at the end. And that's held at Snowshoe. And we also talk about what to do when you explode your ankle into hundreds of bone fragments and how they sew a metal bag into your leg and let the bones heal themselves. And lastly, we talked about staying in some shady hotels in our experiences and what you do when you leave your pillow at this shady hotel. So without further ado, here is Mitch and Tyler.
It only took like 4 months to get you guys here.
Or I think it's
More
been
than
a year.
that. Yeah.
It's been a year of telling you that we're too boring.
We're old, washed up downhill riders.
Not Tyler. He's a marathon XC single speed on a random
Oh.
steel bike guy.
That's true. Bikes are fun.
Marathon on a single speed. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing?
Oh yeah.
Holy crap. Like, how far are we talking?
Like, what's my longest ride ever on a
How
single
far
speed?
How far are you riding a single
Pull that
speed
microphone
bike?
closer to you.
Well, I mean, like I've done Marji on a single speed.
Okay. That's
The
plenty
100,
rowdy.
the 100 miler?
Yeah, or like coast to coast on a single speed.
Man.
Yeah, I did Marji on a Yeti 130 and
That's right.
barely survived. And he's like, I did this on a single speed. And I went, yeah, it's not happening.
Mitch with the radio voice.
Do I have radio voice?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe Rogan over there.
How many times did I text you about, like, we need to get you guys out here? Because you were, like, the generation after us for, like, downhill riding and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's been a while. So we kind of, honestly, I started biking when I was 10. And Mitch and I became best friends when we were freshmen in high school.
Yep.
And Mitch's dad always had a sweet Cannondale Prophet.
Yep.
And we'd go up to Iceman. So we would go up to Iceman, and then we found the, the underground race. The bootleg.
Bootleg. Yep.
So we went to the bootleg one year, probably when we were 14.
Yeah, I say 14.
And we were like, oh, we need to get downhill bikes.
That was my first question on there. Is like, how did two random guys from South Christian get into
Yeah, I think
downhill mountain biking? Because I feel like you didn't start with cross country. You just, like,
Yeah,
showed up on the scene.
Yeah, I think, basically we met and then we're hanging out at school and then I'm like, oh yeah, I have a mountain bike and I ride every once in a while. And Ty's like, well, I have a mountain bike and I ride every once in a while. And I'm like, did we just become best friends? And then, we just started riding and like his mom would drive us everywhere. My parents would pick us up and bring us to the cross country trails here and there. And then, I think when we first got exposed was Iceman. And I distinctly remember riding, my Mongoose mountain bike that I got. I had, Rock Shock forks on it. And I think I got like some DT Swiss wheels thinking I'm all, hot stuff. And I roll up and I see my first Santa Cruz Bullet sitting on someone's roof of the car. And I'm just sitting there in awe like, I've only seen these in movies.
Like New World Disorder.
Cranked. It was just one of the coolest memories I have. And then, I think Ty and I were like, I think it's time for us to get downhill bikes. And we went to Mess back in the day with Devin, and then Jonah and Adam were all there. And
They'll
then,
all be in town this year for the 20th anniversary of the bootleg.
Oh, really?
We might need to get up there.
We might have to get up there. We went up there. Joe and I went up there a few years back. But once you go to Mess and you see like actual downhill bikes, and then everyone there has a downhill bike, you're like, this is legit.
The year you guys were at the Iceman, was that one of the years that we were doing the demo with like jumping in the campground?
Yep.
So it would have been 2004.
Yep. 2004,
freshman
2005
Yep.
were the Iceman years.
And
Long
so like
time
we
ago.
both had, we did both have a little bit of background in cross country, I guess, but not racing. Like we just rode.
Yeah.
But at that age, I just wanted like adrenaline. Everything was like adrenaline junkie. So like cross country was boring. Like I don't want to pedal, I just want to hit jumps.
And the
And
bikes
then-
don't look as cool.
For sure. although
Like Lycra to baggy pants. Come on.
I must say my first downhill bike was a giant AC2, and I put a boxer on it. So it was like a 140 rear, and I put a 200 mil boxer on it just because like that's all I could afford. Because growing up, my parents were like, you can do whatever you want, but you have to pay for it. So if I wanted a bike, it was, I'm paying for it. So
You mowed some lawns and you got yourself a dual crown.
mowed some lawns. and-
100%.
So we rode the crap out of bikes that shouldn't have done, especially Tyler, who's not here. He rode a Specialized P2 dirt jumper with a boxer.
Yeah.
And we have a video of him hitting, the, if you're on top of like Foxtrot and Onion Run,
Yeah.
the old big ladder drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would hit that on his hardtail.
all day
And
long.
I was like, I don't know, 15 foot drop.
Yeah, to a flat landing. It
Yeah.
was
To a
not
flat
the best
landing,
landing.
yeah. And he was always like, "You guys, hardtails are smoother than full suspension. I can guarantee you." And we're every single time we're like, "Nah, I don't believe it."
Well,
I don't
Mitch
believe it.
Mitch went right, like, he got a good bike rapid bike. He got a Banshee Scream.
No, I had my Cannondale my Cannondale Gemini.
You cracked in half.
Yeah, so my first bike. So like this is back before social media, before Craigslist, and like eBay was the way to get a bike,
Or
like if you-
MTBR.
or MTBR. And so you'd go on there and you'd be like searching for bikes, like what can I find? How do I see these things? And obviously you've never seen one in person. And my budget was like $800, and I found a Cannondale Gemini on there, and it had dual crowns, it had boxers on the front, and I'm like, all right, I think I could do this. And my mom's like, yeah, if you win it, like, yeah, you can buy it. And I'm like, okay. So on eBay you finally win it, and you're like, I got a downhill bike. And we went to the Underground because that was like the only place in Grand Rapids that had decent jumps.
Yeah.
And so we found it was like over a park. There was a park maybe just east of it or west of it.
It was at the baseball diamond just to the southeast.
South of it, yeah.
And there was someone had built a jump out of an old pile of stuff. So we like cleared it out. It was a pretty big gap.
Yeah. And so then Ty's like, "You gonna sail it?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I got a downhill bike. Like, we're gonna send it." So little 14-year-old kids like clear out a path. Like, I'm gonna pedal into it. So I pedal into it as fast as I can. Boost it, land on a chunk of wood chips or whatever it was, and then all of a sudden I'm just like head over heels, like on the ground, like, what happened? And Ty's running up. Holy shit! You broke your bike in half, and shut
And I
up.
still remember the back of your knuckles. Your
Yeah,
brake levers about cracked.
Smashed my hand.
Because it literally, like, the front end split. I
And
forgot about
yeah.
So it's like the worst case scenario. Your bike just
Yeah,
Yep.
it literally just broke in
that.
half.
Right behind
Like
the head
yours.
tube.
Yeah,
The whole-
just like yours.
Mine was inverted,
Yeah,
inward instead of outward. I think I'd take inward
yeah,
versus outward.
yeah. Little safer. But yeah, then we just kind of laughed, and like, you're young and you just brush it off, like,
Yeah.
whatever, like, we'll survive. Then we
Mitch
it
also never gets hurt. He somehow crashes and just rolls out of it.
only one time.
I actually have that like on here. But I've seen you hit some wild stuff. Like you guys were like the one hit wonder. Because like
Oh, yeah.
back in the day before like the Instagram and like watching reels and TikTok and stuff, it was the movies like he mentioned earlier.
New World Disorder.
And
Yeah,
Crank.
All the way
Cranked,
live.
man.
in
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
And you just build these huge features and you do it like once. You
Yup.
spend like 3 weeks building
Oh,
this
yeah.
one jump in the woods and you'd hit it once.
We were talking about that on the way here at my parents' house because my parents have a big hill. And my dad would always get upset when he'd come home and find the next huge thing that we built. But like we'd spend like 2 weeks building this ladder bridge, and it was like North Shore style, like 18 inches wide. And the one was literally like 100 feet long.
Yeah.
And then it was 8 feet off the ground, and the landing was between two trees. Just like we spent like half the summer making it, and we probably hit it like 8 times.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, on to the next thing.
Sketchy. I mean, you just figure like when you're in high school, the sketchier the better.
Yeah.
And you have no money too, so we're just like, oh, we have got $100 for wood, so like let's go buy the cheapest wood, pallets.
There's some pallets behind
Oh,
Lowe's.
100%. You'd go get a truck and just fill it with pallets, and then we'd go in. And but yeah, and Tyler's mom would always just come out and just be like, I don't know what you boys are doing, but you better be careful. And we're like, we're golden, don't worry about it. And then one of us come back with like a bloody arm and be like, minor wound.
Was it your friend? It was his name Chris that had the house up on like 100th Street down there and
Yep.
on the top of the hill above Zagman's.
Yep.
And you guys were building all those like
Oh,
single
yeah.
giant features back there.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. We
Yep.
built that gap over,
Yep.
and it literally was like an uphill landing.
Yeah.
And it was a big gap.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't matter. You got downhill bikes.
That's,
Yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
was
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a
literally-
step up to an uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was when you were young too, like you just felt invincible, and you see these videos and you could kind of relate and be like, hey, they're young, like Kyle Straight's our age, like he's hitting all this stuff, and we would say, all right, well, if we build it, we'll hit it. And your perception of distance is a little bit different back in the day, and you're like, oh yeah, it's 10 feet when really it's probably like 25, and you're like, oh yeah, you're good. And you just roll into it and just send it and pray that you come out alive.
You're some of the only people that actually remember what the Skills Park was before we all even started building back there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I-
Jason
Oh,
Do.
Yeah. OG. I mean, we built out here I mean, we had a ton of hours, and we were just, hey, come out and build, and we just kind of listened to what they'd say, and like we had an idea of how to build jumps, where some other guys would come and be like, oh, we can build a jump, and we're like, yeah, you can't have a 1 foot takeoff. That's just it's not how it works.
Yeah, we got in trouble a few times for building too big of one-hit wonders. And we were told that they weren't good for the masses.
Yeah, we need to put the video of the world's biggest gap at Cannonsburg.
Yeah. You got to remember, we were 14 when we did that, and we're like, back then you're like, well, what's the title going to be? And we're like, I don't know. How do we get the most views? And so, we're like, let's do the world's biggest jump, the cruise gap. And, but yeah, building that was a story not told to many, because I don't think after we got yelled at, I think we were just like, oh, we should go hush hush with it. But then we're like, we were just building what we thought was cool and what other people would maybe hit.
Well, we were kind of building what we saw in those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like at the time, we didn't have a fear of getting hurt.
And takeoffs are so much more fun to build than landings.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
To this day.
Yeah. And I think back then too, like when we were like with Jonah and Devin and Adam too, like we'd go up to TC and ride at the hospital, and we couldn't hit some of the stuff, but then they're like, well, it's just progression. You just have to get to the point.
Follow us in.
Yeah, just you got to ride with us and you'll get better. And we're like, okay. So then when we were here, we're like, well, we got to build bigger, cooler stuff, because these other kids are hitting some of these smaller things, but like if you want to progress, you got to go bigger. And then that's when we decided to build the cruise gap. And
well, and I would say too, like when we started traveling more, like once we got our driver's license and could go down to snowshoe, and like you talk to people and like they'd be like, oh, we can't hit that gap because it's too big, and we're like, well, we do that back home, and they're like, you don't have mountains. We're like, no, but we have one-hit wonders.
We got
So, like,
50 feet of elevation and a lot of balls.
Ambition.
Yeah.
So we found that actually we were able to like still hit big stuff even when you go to like the national, level, I guess. But we just couldn't hang through the technical stuff
Like
with the other kids.
like snowshoe, like all the big jumps and gaps, like that's what we were pumped about. Like the first, dropping into the pro course, it's like that, you have your first gap over the trail and you're like, yeah. And we just smash that gap, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is all really steep rocks. How do we ride this?
That's come up on the podcast a bunch of times with
Yeah.
like people from Michigan being really good at downhill for some reason, even though we don't have mountains.
yeah.
I mean, look at Adam. I mean, Adam was.
Adam lives in Grand Haven now?
Does
No.
he really?
Yeah.
And Levi's still fast.
Yeah.
Levi's still fast. His kids are fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason Wagner's still really fast. I ride with him. Well, he's broken right now.
I was
but-
gonna say Jason's. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but he's got to be like what, 55,
Not quite.
52.
I think
50?
he's 51.
Is he still riding all raw intenses with no paint?
No, he gets more fancy bikes that are raw and
Okay.
silent with
Yeah.
shocks inside of them.
I was just
Yeah.
going to say, it's equally weird. You can't see the rear shock.
He rips though. Last year and the year before we rode with him a lot.
Oh, nice.
He's
I
always
haven't
at
seen him in
Highlands.
years.
Oh, really?
Well, he'll pedal his way to Boyne, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then ride bike park all day and then pedal home.
Okay.
We have this 4,000 mile challenge we kind of do with each other, and he gives me crap because I do a bunch of it on Swift. And he does it all natural.
Yep.
Yep. That's awesome.
It's the Northerners. That's all they have to do is just ride their bikes.
Yeah, I mean, he's still he's top 5 on every Strava segment at Highlands.
Really?
Yeah,
How is the Highlands these days?
great.
Good.
The high speed lift makes it freaking awesome.
Yeah.
They just posted new features they're adding, like the lily pad on off
Really?
thing. Yeah.
Apparently, I just found out that I've been bringing people with me like the last 4 years while I've had a season pass that I get cheap buddy passes.
Oh,
Nice.
We all do. We all get 4 of them. And nobody knew.
Yeah.
that's good to know.
So if you want to go,
Yeah, we might have to shoot up there.
we
this
day
fall.
trip it quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like
Was it 3.5?
it's
4?
3 flat from
3,
my
okay.
house in Rockford, but
Okay.
like 3 up, 3 back, and with the high speed lift, you get like more runs than you want to do in
Oh, I bet.
real fast.
I bet.
the
It's
high
a,
speed lift makes all the difference.
it's 8-minute round trip as opposed to 14 minutes up.
Yep.
Just sitting there on your bike. And that was before we had phones, so we literally, you just sit on the chairlift and enjoy nature and look around.
Get sunburned.
Yeah, get sunburned.
Craig and I'll do, like our normal day is like 3 laps and a White Claw. We get pretty toasty.
Yeah.
Those last few laps are like, all right, we should probably hang it up now.
White boy laps. Just drinking the claw.
But the they've really put a lot into like their flow trails, and like their beginner trails are the most fun now because
Yeah.
you can rip them so fast, and they get stuff piles up on you real quick at speed when it's like supposed to be a green trail, and
Yep.
it like just comes on you. And in fact, I took Jonah up there last year for Labor Day, I think it was. Kellen was with us. We lost Jonah. He broke his collarbone on the big jump line, and then like
Oh shoot.
he ended up in ski patrol. He beat us down. He called us. He's like, I'm in ski patrol. I don't have a collarbone anymore. But he ended up puncturing his lung and stuff too.
Oh,
Oh yeah. See, I'm too old.
I
and
know.
They closed that line. You don't have to
I've-
worry about it.
Oh good. I have work
Oh,
to
they
worry
did?
about now.
Did you close it?
Bad Jackson's closed
Oh.
indefinitely.
I didn't know that. That's probably for the better, actually.
I remember the first time we went to Highlands, like when you heard about it, like, hey, there's trails up there, and we're like, oh my gosh,
you
like
gonna
a
talk about the
lift?
rain story in the wet? All right, keep going.
This was like the very first time when we
All right.
when we got up there and we hiked up the trail.
Oh yeah.
Because we found a trail and we're like, oh, we can hike up it. It's not open yet, and we just saw like the first jump slash ladder slash I don't even know what it was, and we were just like in awe, like, you know, we're high schoolers. This is the most insane thing ever. Got our first downhill bikes. Like, we're gonna rip all day long. And I just remember that full day was just the most epic day of riding, because it's like you come from Grand Rapids up to, you know, northern Michigan, and you're like, this is real riding, and we have it in Michigan, which
Well,
is super
and then
cool.
another, I don't know if it was that time or another time, but it rained, and we were like, we didn't stop for anything. So we're like, well, we're going to keep riding. Well, they used to have a lot of like North Shore style stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And was it you or Tyler that the front end on one of those,
I was probably tied.
and it was one that was like 6 or 8 feet off the ground. And after that, we were like, okay, no more wooden stuff in the rain. So now, like, to this day, I'm creeped out by wooden stuff in the
Yeah.
rain. Like, you see all those videos of Quebec and
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
eating it on the wet stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well,
not a chance.
that trail looks so sweet, but it looks so bad
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah,
I know.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Everyone's seen an Facebook or Instagram
Yep.
reel of
Yep.
someone dying on it.
Yep.
Yep.
so I am a complete wuss when it comes to like wooden features if it's any wet. Like,
I'm exactly the
just-
same way. If it's
Yeah.
wood and wet, I'm not touching it.
yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, that was not really how. I mean, talking about injuries, but yeah, you break your leg? Wasn't that a wooden feature?
I was there.
Was it wet at that point?
This came up like 2 episodes ago when we had National Bike Patrol people on.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
So that was actually the end of downhilling for Tyler, because that was 2013.
It was, I had just on the run before promised Dakota my downhill bike for his race, his first downhill race ever.
Dakota Norton was up there
Yep.
racing, and Brian and I were doing like that was the year we went to Whistler.
Right after,
And,
'cause
like-
that was, I got hurt like a week after you got hurt.
Yeah, and I was like, I had done I think 3 or 4 races in snowshoe that year. Like, I had done a lot of riding.
Brand new, intense, like
Yeah.
951.
Oh, yeah.
like-
Yeah.
M9.
M9.
Oh, M9, that's what it was.
And,
Neon yellow.
And I
40s.
still don't like big jumpy, like lippy things. So Brian likes to hit everything that's lippy. I like to hit anything that sends me out.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on what trail?
Flying
was that?
Squirrel.
Flying Squirrel. And the step up, step down, I almost went over it. And like where you're supposed to land, you know, and then transition to the next jump, I kind of like went over the whole thing because I was scared to come up short. And then I launched off the other side sideways, and my foot, I ride clipped in. My foot didn't unclip, and basically my whole left lower leg and ankle just shattered. And then when Brian was like, "Oh, are you okay?" and I was totally in shock, right? I picked my leg up, and I can still remember it.
Yeah.
It literally it dangled like a pendulum. And I found out later that the only thing really holding my foot on was skin, because all 3 ligaments were completely torn. My tibia and fibia were shattered into like 100 pieces. And
I said 50 on the last podcast.
50, 100.
100.
But
At that point.
to
Yeah.
make
broken.
to make things worse, like it took an hour probably to get me out, because they had to bring the little
More than that, because like we got into that situation. Well, first of all, I did say, "Do you want to follow me? Do you want me to tow you into this?" And you're like, "Nah, I got it, bro." And I'm like, "You sure you want
More-
this clipped in?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
more speed.
Yeah.
Racer Tyler
Just
was
to
there.
Yeah.
just to put that in context.
Yeah.
So
Brian-
And I hit it for him. Like I showed him
Yep.
like
I
what
just
to
went
do.
in with twice the speed.
Yeah.
So they finally got me out, and then they brought me to Calumet.
Well, I had to like there's no cell phone service, so I had to like go out and find people while he's in shock on the ground in the woods, right? So
Yeah.
luckily we're close enough to the Garden Brook Trail in Copper Harbor. Like, we're towards the bottom of Flying Squirrel, and Garden Brook, like, winds through. And it just so happened to be that I knew the people that were riding by. They're friends, like, ski friends from Marquette.
Yeah.
And it's like, my friend Goody, and he's, like, trying to, like, impress this girl. Like, on, like, this mountain biking date. And I'm like, so my friend up there,
Can you help him?
his leg used to do this, and now it does this. Can you go get somebody? Because,
Yeah.
like, cell phones don't work.
Yeah.
And eventually they come out. We have to meet them at, like, this access point. And the one dude's, like, 350 pounds.
Yeah.
And the other
No
dude's,
way.
like,
Oh.
$110.
Oh.
It was a weird combo.
Yeah, they're not. I'll pick up your bike.
They're, like, smoking. They're, like, stopping for cigarette breaks. And we're trying to find him trail mix. His
So
blood sugar's crashing.
they get me out, get me in the ambulance, bring me to Calumet of all places, to the closest hospital. They had to call a doctor in. 'cause
It was like paperwork. We had to
Yeah.
fill out. They didn't even have, like, online stuff.
Yeah, so they didn't even have a doctor on staff. Like, they had to call him in on a Saturday afternoon. Also, can I say this was last run?
Oh,
Which-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know how that goes. So
It was also third run. Like,
Yeah.
it was,
it was like third to last. We
Yeah.
were there all day. And
it was the morning.
Yeah.
so the doctor, do you remember? He was like, all right, we're going to cut in. And I was like, there was a part of me that was just like, no, I'm not going to let you do this.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
part.
so he had a conversation with me. They took an x-ray, and he's like, yeah, so it's broke, and we're probably going to have to do surgery. And I'm like, I'm processing in my head while I'm in shock and on, like, morphine. And I was like,
it still hurts, Doc.
I'm like,
I need more.
well, I'm from Grand Rapids, and I know we have specialists. And, like, there was just something in me that was like, this is not a good idea. And I told him no. And you could, he was kind of, like, upset. Like, you could tell he was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Like, I'm cutting into this.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna amputate this leg today.
Yeah.
he put me in, like, a soft splint and gave me 6 Norcos. And, like, was like, all right, well, have a good one. So then I jumped in the back of Brian's car.
Well, we drove overnight to get there in the
Yes.
first place in my
Golf.
2-door Volkswagen Golf stick shift.
Yeah.
No.
So we put the seats down in the back and, like,
I sat up against the very back.
yeah,
with my
we
legs
built
straight.
like a place where he could, like, lay his leg out, which actually ended up working pretty well.
Yeah.
And we went to Marquette because there's no way we drove overnight. Like,
Yeah.
Neither of us have slept
Right.
at all at this point.
Yep.
We watched the sunrise as we drove to Copper Harbor.
Yep. So we stopped at Doug's house.
Yep. That's when
And-
you met them, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we stayed in Doug's, stayed on his couch, and then in the morning we drove all the way back to Grand Rapids, and then I went to see a specialist Monday morning, and they were like, "Yeah, you would have lost your foot if they would have gone in," and they actually even gave me a 10% chance that they were gonna have to amputate my foot.
Whoa.
Man.
So I had to wait
Yeah.
13 days to have surgery because it was so messed up. So I sat on my couch at home for 13 days, had surgery. It was a 5-hour surgery. They did mesh bags, and they're still in there because, like, there were so many pieces. He said basically after the surgery, he said it looked like somebody took a sledgehammer to the bottom of my leg, to my tibia and fibia. So, like, he had to put mesh bags around it, and then he used like 25 pins, and then there's 3 screws. And
So that's all just containing the fragments.
correct. And then over time, everything slowly. So it was a year recovery.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was married 9 months at that point, and my wife was like, you're selling your downhill bike. And I was like, yeah, I think it's time.
And during that time, we had the race up at Crystal Mountain, and it was during, like, peak to peak, and this was like the first race up there. So the other Tyler and I were like, hey, Tyler's at home with a broken leg, let's go up and race. Like, we just got back from Whistler, so we're like, we're still feeling the juice. Like, we just rode the biggest trails in the world, like, thinking we're awesome. And Ty and I shredded down a couple runs, and then there was at the end, they built like a little just like wooden ladder jump, but it was only like 2 feet tall, and we just skipped it. The first 2 were like, it's way too sketch. And so then after that, on the 3rd run or 4th run down, I told Ty, I'm like, let's just send it at the end. Like, there's a ton of people out there. Like, let's just send it. So we just come around the corner, and I just launch. And Tyler's telling me, like, from perspective, because he saw the whole thing, and he's like, you literally came off, and he said you pulled up, and then he said your back end hit and just flipped over, and he said you were upside down halfway through the air. And, you know, when you're trying to go big, you're going big. And so he said you just, you know, fall down, bike goes flying, and then he's like, I went head over heels. And he said I didn't go as big, so he's like kind of rolled out of it, and he's like, all of a sudden I get up, and I'm like, holy crap, Mitch, you okay? And he's like, I was just like, you know, tucked under, like, neck in between my legs, and he's like, oh shit. So he like runs over to me, and he's like, hey, and like I'm completely out. And then finally I come to, and I was like, oh crap, that was a big crash. And Ty's like, yeah. So he like, we get our bike together, and there were people on the lift that saw it, and so we come down, and these people from the lift went back up and came back down, and were like, hey, we just saw the crash. Like, he was out for a minute, because Tyler just like got his stuff, and he didn't know I was out. He just thought I was kind of hunched over. And then we get to the bottom, and I was like, man, my, you know, my neck. And we had the Leitz at the time, like the Leitz neck braces. And I was like, man, my neck and my head hurt a little bit. And I was like, man, what a shitty first run. And Ty goes, what? And I'm like, well, yeah, what a crappy first run. He goes, no, that was our fourth run. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. And then all of a sudden he's like, we have a problem. And so these people came back down and were like, hey, we just saw him crash. Like, he shouldn't be riding anymore. And so we're like, okay. And then we went into like the ski patrol, and they tested out, and they're like, yeah, you need to go to the hospital. And I'm just like, guys, I'm fine. Like, what are you talking about? Like, whatever. And my wife was wedding dress shopping with all of her bridesmaids in Chicago at that time. And so I'm like, oh crap. Like, I'm like, Tyler, don't tell Emily. And he's like, oh, I won't say anything. And then later on, he's like, the whole time, like, who do I call? Who do I tell? Like, Mitch just, you know, crashed, and now I got to bring him to the hospital. And so he's like, as we're driving, he's like, you got, like, I lost it more and more. He's like, I couldn't remember, like, my birthday. He's like, I couldn't remember, like, you know, like, my address. And he's like, this is not good. So then he said, we get to the hospital, and I walk in. He's like, it's a little hospital up in northern Michigan. And Ty's like, who knows what's going to come out of his mouth. And so he said, I walk up in the desk, and I get up on the desk, and I put my knee up, and I say, nurse, fucked up my knee. And then the nurse is like, what are you doing? And then Tyler's like, no, like pointing to his head, and she's like, what? And he's like, no, like something happened to his head. And she's like, oh, okay. And so the nurses are just like, oh my gosh, what is this kid doing? And I don't remember any of this. This is Tyler telling me all this afterthought. And he has a whole bunch of videos of me just sitting there. And anyway, so we go through, and like, yeah, the doctor's like, hey, you have severe concussion. Like, stay off your phone, don't watch TV for like a few days, like, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff. And at the time I was, you know, working at the stores, and so I kind of, you know, supplements to take after that and whatnot. But on the way home,
Mitch and his wife own a health food store.
Yeah. So we own Harvest Health. And so, you know, I'm thinking of like, oh, I got to take my omegas and all this stuff. Because, you know, at the time, like, they said you had a concussion and whatnot. Well, Tyler, obviously, I don't eat fast food. What does he do? Takes me to McDonald's.
Not the time out here.
You're not going to remember
This
it.
is not.
100%.
This is not me. This is not me, Tyler. This is our other friend.
In
Tyler.
context, for those of you that listen, well, Tyler Ledebor is Nick Slayton before Nick Slayton. Like, it's that personality.
Yeah.
like kind of like a Ted Lasso type.
Yeah, 100%. So we roll in, and he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. What do I get? So he gets me like a McGriddle with chicken nuggets. And he's like, to this day, I've never seen someone eat McDonald's so fast. And I'm like, bull crap, Ty. That's bull. You're full of crap. And so then, anyways, on the way home, he said the 2.5 hour, and we stayed, my in-laws have a place in Manistee, and we stayed there at night. So we went back out of our stuff, and he said we literally left the house. And he said, for the entire 2-hour drive home, he said I would repeat my address, I'd repeat my phone number, and I'd ask Tyler, what happened? And he said literally for 2 hours, that's all. And he's like, it was the hardest 2 hours of my life. I drop you off at your parents and just kick you out the door and say, "Good luck, parents. Jeff and Deb, have a good time."
Kellen and I had a very similar situation with Adam Raphael at Joyride 150. He tried to do a backflip 360 into the foam pit, and he pulled up sideways and smacked his head on the side.
Oh.
And he repeated himself. Like, we thought it was a joke at first.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's in episode 2 of our, like, Joyride 150, like, recap. And I think it's in our video, too, where we talk about it. But we played all these jokes. Like, he just kept reliving the same couple questions over and over again.
Same joke, 5 minutes apart.
So,
Yep.
like, we got up at the brewery and they, like, moved tables on him multiple times. To mess with
You had to
Just
get up and go
friends.
fill your own water. So
Yeah,
you'd go up
yeah.
fill his own water, we'd switch tables, and you'd just come sit back down and have no idea we even switched tables.
Yeah. Just
See,
friends being
and now
friends.
you guys know why we don't ride downhill anymore.
Yeah.
Because 2013 killed us both.
Yep. I mean, in that year too. Earlier that year, Tyler Letterberg, the other Tyler, we were up at the hospital, and he got his brand new transition. I think it was your old,
Bottle rocket?
yeah, your old bottle rocket that Tyler bought from you.
Blindside.
Was it Blindside?
Blindside.
Yeah, it was
That's
a
what it
Blindside. And we go
Forgot
up
about
there,
that.
and this is Ty and I rode it before, and I'm like, "Hey Ty, just follow me into it." And I'm like, go slow but fast, if you know what I mean. And he's like, yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
know exactly what that means.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just a step down. I'm like, you got to go out, but it's not super far. But you just, like, once you hit the lip, just pull up and go for it. So literally the first run, like no warm-ups, like we're just going straight into it. So Ty follows behind me, and I just send into it, land, come up the backside of the hill, and I turn around, and all of a sudden I see Ty going about 5 miles an hour and just goes over and just pulls up and goes, "Oh fuck," and just boom, face first into the
Not me.
Yeah, different Tyler, face
be looking
first
at me.
into the lip, shoulder like digs right into the dirt, and then all of a sudden he just tumbles to the bottom of the hill, and he gets up and he's just like, and I'm like,
right.
"Dude, are you okay?"
It's the worst sound in the world.
Oh yeah, I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He's like, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" And he's just holding the shoulder, and I'm like, "Oh, he's good." And he stands up, and all of a sudden, he like, you can see like, your shoulder bone, you can see they're separated, and I went, "Uh-oh." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we got to go down." And obviously we had the conversation, and so I ride my bike down, and he just slowly walks down. I go up and get his bike. And so, yeah, we literally rode for a total of 30 seconds and drove him down. And, yeah, he shattered his shoulder bone or collarbone in two. And that fall we went to Whistler, and then Ty crashed, I crashed, and we all said,
Yeah.
"We're old now. We should probably be responsible and
We hung him up
Yep.
in 2013.
buy some enduro cross-country bikes."
That's not entirely true, because Courtney and I drove all the way to Whistler in the van in, like, I don't know, 2017, I think it was. And
Ty and I were out there.
yeah,
Ledibor.
literally we're in line at Whistler. And we were, Brian, Sajak. And I was
You
like,
guys just ran into each
Yeah,
other?
we ran into each other in the lift line at Whistler.
first run.
First run.
That's insanity.
Yeah, because I think we rented. You weren't with us.
No.
No,
What
you
were
guys were in
out there for?
GRBC jerseys, though.
Yeah, we were in
Both of you
GRBC,
were in,
yeah.
like, loose tech
And
gear.
we rented Santa Cruz V10s.
From
and
Evolution. You went to Evolution.
100%. And we just roll in. You can't miss a ginger with a giraffe tattoo. So we're like,
I wasn't riding shirtless at Whistler.
yeah. But
I'd
you
venture
can
to
see-
guess you had a bro tank on.
Yeah.
I did not.
yeah.
I have a rule. You have to be in the top 10% of riders, and I didn't feel like I was in the top 10% of riders at Whistler.
Yeah, but yeah, we rented bikes and we rode with you guys all day, and
We were on the lift together when it went backwards for, like, a long ways. Do you remember that? The Garbo lift. We got caught, and we're sitting there, and we're just talking. And
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
four of us, and we're chilling, and Courtney's having a good old time and stuff. And all of a sudden, the lift went backwards, like, 100 yards. And, like,
we're all
it's
freaking
it's
out.
the only time she's ever seen me, like, get wheezy out of lift. Like, I know when these go backwards, it's real bad.
Yeah, you're jumping.
Like, yeah, and I could see the cliff in front of us of where we would need to jump off. And then I could see the 80 feet below us
Yeah.
that we cannot jump off. And
Yeah.
I'm, like, assessing the situation, and
Yeah.
she put her full face on and stuff. I'm like, that ain't going to do anything.
Yeah.
Even the brand new 8-person lift just back drove probably 50 yards. It was kind of scary.
In Whistler?
Yeah, the
He was
brand
there a
new
week
one.
ago.
Oh, you were there a week ago.
Yeah, they got a whole new system now. It's 5 bikes and 5 people per
Dang.
chair. Per chair.
Oh, that's
So
flying.
every single chair has a front wheel mount on it, and you just bump your front wheel into it, and
Yep.
it's like the claw.
Yeah.
It just grabs your front wheel. They move through lines like I have never seen.
That's awesome.
We
awesome.
never waited in a line.
It's
then-
awesome until you see the brake bumps.
Well, I was
Yeah.
going to say until the trails now have twice as much traffic. Yeah, I feel like we didn't even know we knew brake bumps, but like once we rode the first time at Whistler, and then you roll into
Well, I broke my pinky the first day we were there on that stupid Rock City, that double black. I tried just sending it. Didn't go slow like you're supposed to. I just tried leaning back and pinning it, and I broke my left pinky. And I was like,
taped it up.
Yeah, because I was like, well, I don't have health insurance in Canada, so I just duct taped it for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And then brake bumps with a broken pinky was not fun.
What is that? Heart of Darkness is the bane of everyone's existence.
Yeah, that is
Could
the
have been
worst
that
one.
trail, yeah.
That is bad.
But then you ride A-line for the first time, and you're like, I don't
and
think
Dirt
we
Merchant,
need to ride
we were
it.
like,
Yeah, Dirt
I
Merchant
think
to
we could just
A-line.
ride these two for the whole week.
And then I think that's what we did. Because there's nothing better than getting on a train with Whistler, with locals. Like, we rode with a whole bunch of locals all week, and it was just, hey, follow me into it. And we're
Because
like,
it was after Labor Day, so like we hit their kind of the rainy season, which was awesome. Because
Keeps the dirt really good.
yeah, so the
yeah.
dirt
Oh,
was
yeah.
good, and they said like they had gone in and redone all the trails after Crankworks. So like conditions were pretty good.
yeah.
And we had, I think we were there like 5 days, which I'm like, you're there a half an hour before the lift opens, and
Yep.
you don't stop until the end of the day.
Yep, that's me.
Yep.
Which the other Tyler maybe had more issues with than Mitch did.
Yeah.
But
He's
yeah.
like, we need to stop for pizza. We need to get some tacos. Hey,
some
what
beer.
about beers?
So we rode so many laps in 5 days.
Yeah,
the
it was
brake
just-
bumps just kill you on those big machine. It's
Yeah.
wild.
It
like-
gets so bad to where you get to the bottom and you can't let go of the handlebars.
Yeah.
you have to,
You
like,
physically
pry.
have to pry your fingers
Yeah.
off of the bars.
The only
Yeah.
other place that I had that was when
Mountain
I was
Creek.
Mountain Creek, but snowshoe down the Pro DH.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a couple times when I would go. Well, Mitch and I actually, this is a good story. We raced, I think, the one and only, the Red Bull
The Chumalungma.
Chumalungma Challenge, which was an endurance downhill.
Oh, I remember that.
yeah,
what?
so we did that.
Yeah, it was
it was like full Red Bull, like the whole like everything, and you had teams, and we did 20 laps down Pro DH.
Yeah, and it was, so your goal was to basically do it was, what was it, Everest, the vertical feet of Everest or something like that?
yeah, which we did.
But descending?
yeah,
Yeah, descending.
and then
so,
you take the chairlift up, and you're racing all day.
yeah. Like, we literally started right away in the morning, and it was just go, go, go.
Straight,
And,
and we get to start in the village, and
Yep.
they did all the like through town, down all the stairs.
Yep.
It was pretty sweet.
So is this like most laps wins?
Yeah, yeah. And there were guys that did solo, and there were some guys, like, had multiple bikes, and they would all of a sudden just swap out their tag and jump on and just keep going.
Like you couldn't hang on to your handlebars.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever ridden that trail, it's so rough, and doing it over and over and over, like the arm pump you had from going through the rock gardens all day.
And it was-
Snowshoe's the only place I've ever like gotten shin splints, but in my forearms,
Yeah.
where like the ligaments start pulling off the bone.
Yeah.
I bel-
Forearm
I believe
splints,
that.
Brian.
No, I, 4 sprints,
Yeah.
splints.
I can imagine it'd be really easy to just check out like halfway through the day.
Yeah.
You're riding the trail for the 10th time in a row.
Well, I think for
15.
me, it was like you just really super memorized everything, and then
Yeah.
just like constantly tried to make your next run better.
The smooth lines too, like you'd be like, oh, should I bomb this? And it's like, no, take the graceful way. And
Yeah, because you're trying to do all day versus like one hot lap, So you had to also pace yourself and not blow your wheel up, and
Yep.
it was really fun.
I remember getting a flat like 3/4 of the way down, and I played soccer at the time, and I was a runner, and I'm like, oh, I'll run, and I just literally just ran as fast as I could down the hill, and I'm like, I didn't want to blow up my wheels, so I'm like, I don't want to just ride it down, and I just remember like running, I'm like yelling, tie, and all of a sudden, he's like sitting there because I was going to do 2 laps, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, so he gets on his bike ready to rock and roll, and then you just get on the lift, and it was like a race to the lift sometimes too, because you have the lift line.
Because
Yeah.
once you're on the lift, you can't gain anything, so it's like
Right.
race to get to the bottom.
Yep.
So like it was interesting. You had times where you're like neck and neck trying to pass people at the bottom, and then you're like you can't hang on to your handlebars, and there was always that step down jump right at the bottom.
Yeah, and then it's a gravel road like
Yeah.
to the lift
Yep.
that's like
Yep.
loose and off camber
Yeah.
to like
And you
turn
just
and get there.
you were just sending
That
it
was
the whole
that was
way.
sweet. Lindsay came with us on
Yeah,
that
Lindsay
trip.
came, and
That
she
was
helped
fun.
me. Yeah, I couldn't even pry off one of my tires before, and Lindsay's like, well, I'll help. And I'm like, please. Because I can't feel my hands, can't feel my arms. So,
Use my strong hand.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome format.
It was one of the cooler formats that
Yeah.
we've done for a race.
And that was when I had already gotten into it, like endurance mountain biking. So like, it was a cool, like, you know, I was doing lumberjack and like that kind of stuff at the time, like getting into that. But then it was like, oh, I could do all day, but
It was
just
kind of
on the
made for
downhill.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other
was-
than living in Michigan, it was hard to prepare for. I remember that was when I worked at Superior, and I sat at a desk for 12 hours a day, and I had one of those hand things, and I would just sit there like switching hands,
Yep.
like getting ready for the arm pump.
Did it work?
I mean, we did pretty good.
Yeah, we did. I feel like we were
Yeah.
like top 15 or
Yeah.
something.
I think those grip strength things work. That's why I do the train for Whistler when I'm going for arm pump, just those grip
Yeah,
strength things.
yeah.
And yeah,
I do the twist with the broom handle.
Yeah,
with the
oh,
weight
yeah.
handle.
I tie a 10-pound weight and just twist the broom handle up. Those are
And
the two
then-
things I do.
Tape my fingers for the
Yep.
Yeah.
so that the ligaments
The
not
knuckles,
running
yeah.
through the knuckles.
I do a lot of weightlifting, so I feel like, farmers carry, barbell, like all that stuff should. So I feel like I have good grip strength. I should go test it out and just go up to Whistler and do a few runs.
It doesn't
Be like,
help that much.
Yeah, no.
Like I do a whole lot of CrossFit
Yeah,
now
yeah,
and
yeah.
like a lot of that kind of stuff. And
Just doesn't do it.
no,
No.
no. The second you start doing the like brake pumps and stuff, it's like a
True.
totally
Because then you have
different.
your full. I mean, it's a full body workout where CrossFit.
just
we're hanging on the
vibration.
bar. Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you could make your farmer's carry vibrate as you did it, then maybe it'd be the same thing.
Have you guys ever tried a shake weight for this?
Probably the perfect thing for it. Next episode, Brian's gonna be here with 2 shake weights, getting ready for Whistler. Oh, too
I mean,
good.
between everyone at this table, there's a lot of Whistler days here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we had 3 or 4, and then I had a couple more. And
We did 5.
did we do 5
Yeah,
full
we did.
days?
We did a Monday to Friday. Mitch flew
Yeah.
in. Tyler and I drove.
Yeah.
And
I
I
was
will
the
say
wise
on the drive, we saw a lift in northern Idaho, and it was Silver
Silver.
Mountain.
Yeah.
And
Silver Mountain's rowdy.
dude, we stopped there because we were like, oh, it's 8:00 in the morning. Let's stop and look. And they had 2 trails at the time, and both were top to bottom, which is 4,000 feet of descending, and they were fast. I'm not kidding. I think it's the fastest I've ever hit on a mountain bike. I hit 55 on single track.
That's fast.
tucked and going.
It was wild. Like there was a couple just like open sections that were dead straight, but it was single track, and we loved it. Like absolutely loved it, and we were all like stoked on it before Mitch. And then we got to Whistler. And Whistler's a different, but like Silver Mountain was awesome, and that Kellogg, Idaho, that whole area was sweet.
It's a raw spot. I did the North American Enduro Cup
Oh,
there, and it ended up being 30 miles on Saturday. I forget the vertical, and you get lift bumps, so it's a ton. So you're destroyed from the first day of racing. Your only lap the next day is gondola, top to bottom on the clock. I think I did 18 minutes of on the clock riding.
Yeah,
It
just-
was
my.
awful.
Yeah, it's a sweet place.
Yeah, super fun if you're ever in the area. It's pretty cheap still, like pretty
It's
good
the,
food around.
Most
Yeah.
vertical from one gondola in the North America, I believe. Don't
Wow.
quote me on that, but
And-
at the time it was.
Beacon Hill in Spokane, which is very close to there, it's my hidden gem in the country that I like. Anyone that's driving to Whistler, I'm like, you gotta stop in Spokane and ride
Yeah.
Beacon Hill. There's so like it's probably the best place for vertical to fun ratio I've ever been.
Yeah, there's lots of good places to ride. I was just having this conversation. I was in Marquette last weekend, and I ran into somebody, and they were like, "Oh, I've never ridden Marquette," and I was like, honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like not in the last like couple years, but over the last 15 years, I feel like I've ridden pretty much every
Yeah, you've been a lot of places.
top spot. Like when you start out, most places in Colorado, Moab, Sedona,
Arkansas,
Arkansas,
Tennessee.
Pisgah. I really like Pisgah. I've been to the Kingdom Trails, right? Like all the downhill places we've gone, and I was like, at the end of the day, I'll go back to Marquette all day. Like I just love Marquette.
Is that your favorite? Would you say? Is it your favorite to closeness ratio?
It is my favorite to closest, and also like I have a almost 7-year-old and my daughter just turned 4, and they both like to mountain bike, and we love Rippling River because the pool, the hot tub, live music. So it's like the whole family can go have fun, and I can sneak out for rides. I would say, yeah, I think it's my favorite. I love Pisgah for the raw factor because I'm more of a, I feel like at this point in life, I'm more like, I keep my wheels on the ground and I like technical. So like my favorite lap is, it's a big lap, but Pilot on the top down in Brevard, you know? So like if you start at Pilot and you go down, that's like 2,000 feet of descending in black diamond, like chunky rock. And then you have a 2-track with a little bit of a climb, and you have Buckwheat, which is like just super steep, and it got like some really cool corners, and then it goes right into Bennett. So like if you do those 3 in a row, it's, I don't know, like 3,500 feet of descending in North Carolina.
Did we do that when
we did Bennett's?
Yeah, we
over
did
and
Bennett.
over.
Okay, yeah.
Bennett's is sweet. Bennett's is like much more popular because it's
Okay.
lower down.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's actually 2 trails above it that you can combo in.
Okay.
But that descent, if you're looking for a killer, like big day for one ride, that's it. That's my ride.
Unfortunately, I'm never looking for that. I'm more of a foothills kind of guy.
But what you do Marji 50?
Yeah, I mean, I ride a lot.
Yeah.
but
Did you
I still prefer getting lots of shorter laps in as opposed to one big lap.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Colorado, California, North Carolina as much as I like Knoxville, Bentonville, San Diego. I was just there. And where it's only like a 30-minute climb at
Yeah.
most. And you can like pound laps and you can get used to features.
Versus doing the whole enchilada and pedaling it like I did.
Yeah.
Now that's a big day.
That's a big day, and I ended up in the hospital after that one. We did it on the 4th of July weekend.
That
And
sounds hot.
It was 106. And we ran out of water pretty soon on the descent. The climb took 5 hours. I mean, it's 8,000 feet up. And
hashtag e-bike?
yeah, I wish. I was on a hardtail.
It wouldn't make it.
Let's bring
And
2
then-
batteries.
And then that's probably my favorite single trail. Like, it's 33 miles of descending, but maybe not on the 4th of July.
Save that for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for the fall. I like the big things, the big descents, just because of the fact that we don't have them here. Like, I'm so used to a 30-second descent from
Yeah.
living in Grand Rapids.
I mean, Sedona's sweet for stuff like that too.
It is.
Like, and that I feel like is almost that same foothillsy type. Like
Punchy.
The biggest climbs you're doing is going to be 30 minutes. Like we did Highline. I don't know how long it took us. We were the big group.
Yep.
But like if I was just put my nose to the grindstone and like went up it, it wouldn't. I can't imagine it would take more than 30 minutes.
That wasn't 5 hours.
No.
So how do you feel about all the people that shuttle to the top of
I'm totally fine with that.
enchilada? It was like-
With
I've,
downhill
did they-
racer.
I've shuttled it.
Well, I was gonna say that feels like a half of an enchilada.
Yeah.
You did the full.
Well, and
XL.
we talked to a local or a guy at the shop, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe a couple people a year do this," and we are like, "Really?" Because this sounds awesome, and I figured out why only a couple people a year do it. So, but it was awesome, even though I ended up getting 4 bags of IVs at the hospital that night. But
That's just from dehydration.
yeah, I mean, we were out of water. We brought a pump, but like the thing that we didn't know is there's no water to pump after you get out of the trees. So
Oh.
the bottom 2/3 of the route, there's no water to pump, and it was 106.
Yeah, it's warm.
Mitch, what about you? What's your favorite place you've gone?
I mean, Ty and I've traveled, especially like I think back in the day, when you're in high school and college.
Whistler doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. High school and college days. I think recently, I think going to Marquette to ride is an absolute blast because distance. It's not like getting in a car and being like, hey, we gotta drive 12 hours and ride. So I'd say Marquette. If not, I always have loved Snowshoe. We've obviously talked about it over and over, but I think
We used to go there a lot.
yeah,
That used to be like our go-to place.
exactly. And I think it was just the range of skill level. You could ride some of the green trails and all of a sudden, blue and then get some of the blacks. And then they'd have the jump trails too. And I think, distance wise, it was 10-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I think just kind of growing up there and that kind of being like the mecca for us of like, hey, we can actual race like a sanctioned event. And then, go shred the jump lines and all of a sudden be like, hey, let's go try to kill ourselves in the rock and figure out how to drive, how to ride
we
a
used
bike
to
the
ride
rocks.
the basin side a lot back when it was super sketchy. I'm sure
All
you
the letter
remember.
trails are the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
oh,
they-
yeah, yeah.
They had like 4x4s like 6 feet off the ground that you were riding on. Like North Shore, like
They're
it
still
was
there. They haven't taken them out. They're still
it's
there.
shocking that
Really?
a ski
Yeah.
resort keeps stuff like that because it was like the jump. I have a picture of myself launching at the bottom.
Yep.
I
That
can't
wood
remember-
thing that goes into that basin.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
But there's no way you could possibly ever make it to the landing.
Except
I have a picture of
did.
it.
Did
I
you
mean,
guys build it?
I went.
No.
I have a picture of it.
We
like,
we sessioned it though because it was the same thing. Like no one's making it, and we all would try, and Ty's like, "Oh, we're doing it."
yeah, landed a little front heavy, but went huge to get there.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure I.
It's not an
The-
easy pedal in. It's like rough and
Yeah.
rooty and terrible to pedal into it.
Yep.
And it's flat on
Yeah.
a downhill bike.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain. It's interesting too. Like I feel like you learn like different things that you're good at, and like weird jumps I used to be good at. Like on was it Bobbit?
Yeah, the bottom hit
that
at Bobbit.
bottom. You know the
After
one
the-
that used
after
to
the
be
log
like a
jump.
log. Like it was a log.
Yeah.
And it was kind of blind. Like
The reason the trail's named Bobbit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
For whatever reason, that after that step down, that next jump like just worked for me, and I could just launch that. And then there's other jumps that like Mitch would go
You could
huge
sail.
off, and I'm like, I can't hit that.
Yeah.
So it's so weird to me how different people find different jumps.
Yeah, like the cruise gap, I was the only one that ever hit it after that. We hit it one time, and then we said, all right, we'll come back and session it. And then next time we came, it was destroyed.
Yeah.
But
Like the three of us are all pretty solid riders to each other. Like we hang together at the bike park and stuff, but we ride such different styles between us.
yeah,
It's funny because like no matter who's in front, you're waiting for him.
yeah.
Like when you're
yeah.
following, you're so fast.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that
Just
was
getting
when.
to see something.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what we always loved was train, especially the three of us we drop into everything together. And yeah, it didn't matter who was front or back, but we all had a different riding style. And, most of the time Tyler was on a hardtail. So you just hear, just chain slap the whole way down.
And dead sailing everything.
Yep. And,
with
he
the
had to
bar
ride a
hump.
different way than we did because,
Because he had to land with his back tire down.
Yep.
So like he'd hit everything and like hump, and then set it down.
Yep. So yeah, you just kind of get used to everyone's riding style, which I think was a blessing for us because we knew how fast everyone would go, and you knew the style, and you could just any trail I didn't care who was leading, I'd go in with them. It was
Yeah.
just I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'll just follow Ty into it.
And it's great when you can trust
Yeah.
the group.
Oh,
Everybody in your
huge.
crew, you're like, all right, I'm gonna be okay.
Yep.
They're if they make a bad decision, they're gonna roll out of the way.
Yep.
You're not gonna plow them over.
Yep.
Yep.
And then yeah, it's like when you have the locals too, like in Whistler a few times, and even Snowshoe.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, just riding with
We
people.
followed this random guy that we rode up the lift with, and he's like, "Oh, you guys like hitting big jumps?" We're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, you want to hit Dwayne Johnson? I'm going there right now." We're like, "Sure." So we just blindly followed this stranger down and just hit it.
Sailed everything, and
That's-
it's
So if you don't know,
Crazy.
you have a lot of time to think about this like 40-foot step up as you're bombing down a ski run for would you say like a quarter mile?
Yeah, it's
You,
like nothing.
you have in order to think about how you should be hitting your
Oh, yeah.
brakes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you're not hitting your brakes,
And then
you're like, and it's all of that speed
Yeah,
to
it's
clear
full
that jump.
speed.
Yeah, and you're following the leader, and you're like, they're not braking, I'm not braking. And then the next person's like, they're not braking, I'm not braking. And the third person's just like, what the shit are we doing?
And then afterwards, you probably saw the rock that you missed
Yeah.
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
did the drop.
Yep.
'Cause
Yep.
you probably did midpoint.
Yep.
And you look to your right, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, you went off the left.
yeah, you could clip that.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't do that.
And you could fall all
But
the way
honestly,
to the
it's,
bottom.
it's better doing it that way because if you would stop and look at it, then you wouldn't go back and hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
yeah.
I think Dwayne Johnson is the only real gap in Whistler.
Yeah.
Is it really?
I think it is.
Is this-
Only real
it's still,
gap jump.
It's still there and everything?
I was there last time I was there.
Aside from D1.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say I told a story on our World Cup watch party last week when we were recapping their Whistler trip of following Dakota into D3 and that big step up and just coming up like a house short.
I think the biggest jumps that I've ever hit was at Lehigh.
Oh, I was thinking about that trip because every time I go down 23, I think about you driving in the left lane with your Honda Element stick shift
Yeah.
with a beer tap stick shift.
Yeah.
3 downhill bikes and my slopestyle bike on the back, just like frickin' skipping the front tires.
Yep.
And
That's
then,
the same thing I drove out to Whistler.
yeah, like I can't remember because this is like pretty close post head injury. I don't remember what I was injured with on that trip, but like I had just been coming off of something where like a knee or
Because we went to.
I just had knee surgery. That's
We
what
went
it
to
was.
Blue Mountain first, which
Which
was
is sweet.
Sweet. It was like shale,
Yeah,
and I still have a scar on the back of my leg.
it was
And,
the first time they had opened in like a long time.
Yeah, it was like you could like ski down the runs, like it was all shale that moved. It was sweet. And then we just randomly met the guys that build the Lehigh jumps in the parking lot afterwards, and he invited us to come out. I think 2 days later, because we went to Mountain Creek in the middle.
Yeah, and then we went back up there, and there's just these huge doubles like behind the college, like parked at like a disc golf course, and like rode some
they had
random
them,
stuff.
They were all tarped. Every jump was tarped. So the guy, like, as we worked our way down, and he like untarped everything.
I just
It
remember
was-
the super big hip that you and Tyler hit,
Yeah,
and just like
at the
boost
bottom.
not that was the step up, but the before that, the jump
Oh,
that scared
yeah.
me the most was like this right hip vertical takeoff to vertical landing, and you guys are hitting it on downhill bikes.
Brian was like, "I don't have the right bike," and
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah. Either do
we don't either."
we only have one bike.
I just remember the one in the middle that was like probably legit. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but it was probably 40,
That's the one I'm talking about.
but it was a straight one.
Oh,
like-
was it straight?
And when it's a true double, it looks way worse.
It was huge.
than if it's.
These are straight back ends too. There's
Yeah.
like not a case pad.
Yeah.
Like
And the guy, he was just like, yeah, just they're built perfect. Just hit them full bore. So that's what we did. They were huge.
And they went well.
Yeah, the one at the bottom literally was like looking at a 2-story building. Like, I don't know, it was wild. It was just like perfectly built jumps on this random. You had heard about them before. I had never heard about them.
yeah. And when, like we were just like chilling. Like one thing about Blue Mountain in Pennsylvania is the parking lot scene there is sweet. It's they have their local crew that's got their season passes. They hang out in the same corner, and like I think it's one of the most underrated bike parks that we could drive to from here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went back a couple times. I bought Courtney's, well, the trainer that I use mostly. For Zwift, I bought it at Blue Mountain. My van broke down in the parking lot there.
Brian just lived there for a year.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a day longer than I wanted to live there.
I remember them coming home, you guys coming home from Lehigh, and like, how was the trip? And like, oh, it was great. But we rode Lehigh, and I'm like, why? What's Lehigh? You know, I'm just trying to like spell out my name Lehigh. Like, what the heck's Lehigh? And they're like, I don't know, but Mitch, it was the best trail we've ever ridden. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Like, you wouldn't believe it. We were sailing. I mean, we were full speed hitting 30, 40-foot gaps. And I'm just sitting there like, what? And I mean, it was days and days and weeks of them just telling me
Yeah.
stories of Lehigh. And I just, to this day, always remember the day I missed out.
Well, we had fun at Mountain Creek too, and
Yeah.
like we were at my friend Sean's house. We stayed the night. I went back to his wedding, and we were talking about that trip. We made those drinks again.
We won't talk about that.
It was wild.
You got a job to keep. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I remember you guys stayed at a hotel too. And then,
Oh, it was like hurricane destroyed hotel.
Yeah,
And it
and-
was like mold everywhere.
yeah, Tyler, I remember Ledibor coming back and being like, dude, Mitch, you wouldn't have slept in there. And I'm like, no. And he's like, no.
We
no,
kept
no.
our sweatshirts on.
He said you would have never slept in that hotel. And he sees me as kind of bougie sometimes, and even back in the day. And he's like, oh no, like sleeping bag on the bed, sweatshirt over your head, tucked in, don't touch a single thing. And I was just like,
it was
you
a
paid for it?
It was a prime Brian Zajac find.
Yeah.
I've slept in
Whoa.
many hotels like that.
Oh yeah, no.
You're definitely paying by the half
I'll
hour.
sleep in
Yeah.
the car.
In all fairness, Hurricane Sandy, I think it was, had just gone through, and
Okay.
every hotel in the Poconos was effed.
Yeah, it was destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Like,
the
the
things you
receptionist is like,
remember.
you guys want to stay the night? And you're like, yeah, the night. I haven't had that in a few
Well,
years.
at least for 5 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like you walk through the pool area and there's like plaster like falling off the wall and like dropping down. It was
Yikes.
bad.
Yeah.
That's probably in my top 5 worst places.
Yeah.
It's not number one though.
I don't even want to know your number one, Brian.
Oh, Courtney and I were just talking about this at a Mexican restaurant last night. It was real bad.
Where was it?
It was right across the border off the Ohio Turnpike going to Seven Springs.
Okay.
And it was like a drive-through liquor store next to a strip club where like you could buy by the hour. And I left my pillow there. And we could
You brought your pillow in?
Well, I wasn't going to use theirs.
Oh, you just go straight no pillow.
And
We
you
were
know
on
they
top.
put, it in, they put it into the rotation.
Yeah.
So that's now still
We
on
just
somebody's
upgraded this pillow.
For the record, I still use that pillow. We went back and got it because it was one that my parents had got with like the sleep number bed that was like a $300 pillow.
Brian,
We
you
went
should-
back and got it.
You should replace your pillows more often.
No.
There's a brand
well
Keuning. They make great organic pillows.
I
They're
have one.
soft.
I've tried to replace it multiple times with all these fancy like ancestral health ones and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I use those for other things, but in my bed it's the sleep number one that you could like knock someone out. Like if I needed to defend myself in a robbery, I could use this pillow because it weighs
Fill
30 pounds.
bars of soap.
When I retire my old pillows, they become my travel pillows. Like ones that are just not bad enough to throw away. And, it's my travel pillow now, so I don't care if I lose it.
Do you put them in the same pile as you put your old tires?
Go in the garage and just pull it out.
You got a stack of pillows.
Just orange seal on them.
Yeah.
That stack of old tires hits home pretty hard.
Oh shoot! I just threw away a pair of old like Maxxis. What were the downhill tires?
DHF,
DHFs. Yeah, DHFs I had in my basement, and I'm like,
26?
I don't. Yeah, 26. I'm like, what the heck are these? And I had a couple pair of like brand new tires in boxes, and I'm like, do I donate these? Does someone still ride 26? And I'm like,
Levi.
No.
Joel?
So the way it goes into the trash.
Rumor
no.
has it, if you throw away a pair of tires, you actually put them in the trash. The Tire Fairy will bring you a $20 gift card to Jensen USA.
Oh, really?
That's a thing. I've heard of it. I've never gotten it.
Yeah.
I've never thrown away a tire in my life.
Yeah. Oh, Jensen USA. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Get the gift card. Who's got a gift card?
Yeah.
I shredded my thing. I need a gift card. So are you guys still both currently riding right now, or dad life, married life?
Work life,
Well,
golf life.
Well, we talked about this a little bit. Like we talked about how there's phases of life, right? You go through different phases.
Pedal progressions.
Yes.
The progression of
Ooh,
life.
look at that. That's
Well,
a good intro.
I like that. I like that.
So I
Yeah.
feel like current phase of life for me is I still love riding. I don't ride 7,000 or 8,000 miles a year like I used to, but I have a 7 and a 4-year-old, and my business partner and I started our own firm 6 months ago. So I just have a lot going on, but I still love riding. And like, at the end of the day, it's just different, right? Like I still love getting up to Marquette, but now it's like I ride at 8:30 at night or 5 o'clock in the morning to not cut into family time. Or
I've ridden with you more in Bentonville with like you and your dad than I
Yeah.
have in Grand Rapids in the
I know,
last
right?
like 15 years.
And Mitch is he's got the Yeti. I actually just sold my Yeti, so I don't have a big bike anymore. I was getting a little
Insert sad face.
I was getting a little sad or little scared because I wanted to start hitting stuff, and I was like, as Brian always used to make fun of me, like, oh, you keep getting bigger bikes. Oh, you keep getting bigger bikes. And my last one had a coil shock and a 170 fork.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I'm like, I kind of want to start hitting all this big stuff again. So I was like, well, I'm going to take the money and I'm going to go back to my single speed hardtail.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's got a 140 fork and a 64 head tubing, so it's pretty fun.
Can't even go to like a downcountry bike like a normal human right now.
Oh, well, I have that too. I have a scalpel. I have a 120 bike.
Yeah.
And Mitch has his 130.
Yeah, I got my 130. So yeah, like, the progression of life. We mountain bike our whole, young adulthood, race, do everything we possibly can, and then, as you kind of grow and, mature and like we get our jobs, we're riding more cross country. We ride around here quite a bit. And then yeah, I'd say the past 2 years, I bought when did I get my 130? Was that COVID 2020?
Yeah, I've had it
I
probably
think-
4 or 5
Yeah,
years
yeah,
now.
yeah. I think it's a 2020 and rode a decent amount 2019, 2020, 2021, 22. And the past 2 years, it's just kind of been, a downhill
A bad downhill
descent
biking.
of biking. And I haven't, touched my bikes a few times this year, but nothing crazy. And we were just saying, like, I think it's more like for me, like I do a ton of CrossFit. I work at Luminary, and we have a great community there. It's a ton of fun. So like that's my go-to.
Oh,
like
we've got
after
a
work.
competition coming up with you guys, don't we?
Oh, do we?
Because I'm at 8th day. Illuminate the day.
Oh yeah, we did. That was like a couple months ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
The next interview we have after you is Michael
Michael
Paz
Paz, okay.
and Ryan Schaefer from,
From 8th Day?
Yeah,
Nice.
talking about the games, and we're
Okay.
gonna take them riding here.
Oh yeah.
They're borrowing bikes, so on Tuesday if you want to ride with us.
Yeah, I mean, I could maybe.
We
make it out
actually
here.
we went because isn't Rachel Clousey on that team?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
know Rachel from
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah. And I actually was best friends with Michael Paz's younger brother John back when I went to Wayland.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So, anyways,
Small
but yeah,
world.
Exactly. But yeah, I just haven't ridden too much, and now it's like, yeah, we own Harvest Health. So we have 4 stores. I have 110 employees to manage. So getting out after CrossFit, sometimes like, oh, I can quick get a ride in, and then I'm like, do I want to do that, or do I want to go play 9 and then go home? So it's kind of a debate, and yeah, I think the big thing for me riding now is like, you know, I text Ty, and we'll ride with Ty, Joe, Kaz, and Paul. And I think that's more of like the community side for it. Like it's more of a social event. And I'm not doing it for exercise because I'm working out every day. So I think that's the super fun part. Like,
That's way better.
oh, it is so much.
Yeah,
so
that's,
much
and that's
fun.
what's changed for me too. It's like I really don't. Now, did I get out for a quick hour today to get a workout in on my bike? Sure, down gravel roads. But like for me, mountain biking, like I'm not really looking to go ride by myself. I'm looking to ride with buddies and just like
Have fun.
Yeah. And I think that's where you kind of are in life. Like the younger kids are like, you know, I'm here to get
Crush
my
miles.
Zwift in and just put miles in and race. And now I'm like, let's go race. Let's go ride with the guys, have a good time, put in, 10, 12 miles,
Yep.
go get dinner and be like, hell of a day.
And I was riding with friend John downstairs earlier. He's like, oh, I feel bad you're waiting for me. I'm like, I don't care. Like, we're just
Exactly.
having fun.
That's
Like,
one of the biggest.
I'll be at the gym
fallacies.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Now, I guess I shouldn't say that because there's certain people that can't turn that off. I'm not going to mention any names, but like people that are like, oh, you're faster than me, you don't want to ride with me. I'm like, well, no, I can go ride by myself if I want to go fast.
Yeah.
I'm here because I want to.
I got friends with e-bikes.
Like my wife. That is literally
That's
Lindsay's.
what I need.
Lindsay's thing is she's always feels bad that she's holding me up. I got her an SB 160. She loves it. An e-bike. She can just go rip on it. So now she doesn't have that reasoning, and now it's like, so I'm a big proponent of like, if your spouse or your best friend who's slower than you, like, get them on an e-bike, and now you can go out and ride and be at like a similar pace.
I'm talking Craig into one right now.
Yeah.
I take offense to that slightly.
No.
Maybe Trek's gonna send you one.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
EXE frame.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Phases of life. Like I said, I still love getting out and riding, but I just have like, other things that are a little more important than always being on my bike.
And I think you see that, those generational, like when you go to a trail, you see the 25-year-old kid, you see the 35-year-old kid, you see the 40, 50, 60, 80-year-old guy. And it's like, you can always get on a bike and go.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the cool things. It's like, yeah, they might be not as intense as riding Whistler or, riding Lehigh or doing something crazy, but it's like you can go ride a gravel grinder or go to the road, do something. You can just always stay on a bike. And I'm a huge proponent of, continuous exercise and movement. So I don't see myself slowing down anytime soon, but I'll be back on a bike more often, I think, in the future.
Can I
Once
talk
get
you
up.
into a golf outing?
What kind of golf outing?
Courtney has a nonprofit that's
Okay.
our sponsor of the show.
Yeah.
For speech therapy for
Okay.
Grand Rapids kids.
Yeah.
And after you guys leave, we'll do the intro and
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. But
Okay.
at Boulder Creek on August 22nd,
I'm pretty sure August 21st or 22nd, we had in our calendar for Mitch and Emily and Lindsay and I were going to golf.
it'd be the Woolley Foundation / Building Blocks Foundation at Boulder Creek
Is it on
in Rockford.
Friday?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The 22nd?
I'm golfing and I'm terrible.
Well, hey.
Yeah, give us the deets, Brian. We could probably do something.
Mitch and I cleaned house on Tyler and another guy a couple weeks ago. So.
Yeah, so you guys, how many people come out and play?
I do not know. I am
Okay.
on the board of the nonprofit, but
Okay.
my involvement with the golf outing has been a little bit less.
Okay.
But we do talk about it in every show, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going out there and looking like a fool. So
Yeah.
pretty
No.
good at chipping,
Yeah. Hey.
but that's it.
You gotta be good
Yeah.
at something.
I can putt.
Yeah.
In a 4-man scramble, you just have to be good at putting.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
one person that sinks a putt, and you're good to go.
I just can't drive. That's the thing I can't do.
That's what you got Mitch for.
Yeah, you can drive the cart. But no, we'll talk deets afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be interested.
Yeah, it's like the big crescendo of the summer. Like
Okay.
right now, they've got all these grants for bringing kids in and
Okay.
like helping them out, and then it's just been snowballing this whole like nonprofit thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of fun to actually be able to talk about it on the episode as opposed to just in the intro.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
Amen.
So I guess we're an hour and 10 minutes into this
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah. Which is what I kind of thought would happen.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've like literally just thrown my outline away.
I feel like this is the ultimate like depressing podcast because we talked about all of our good road trips like 10, 15
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. We're like,
You guys are gonna ride
Ah,
next week though.
back
The good
in
old
the
the good old
day.
days. Exactly.
It's about reliving those moments, and
Yeah.
and
Oh,
now
yeah.
you kind of have them forever.
Oh,
So
I
that's what's
completely
cool
agree.
about
I mean,
this.
what's better than getting together with 5 guys and talking bikes? I
will say
we used
this-
to live for it.
This
can't
is
think
the
of anything.
tallest average height podcast we've had.
I'm the short one here, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Riding a
the
medium.
old.
Yeah.
You know what's funny too is like when we talked about like that original giant AC2. I'm pretty sure it was a medium, and like I'm 6'3", but like back then it was like, oh, I found a really good deal. Like, who cares
Yeah.
what the size is?
Yeah.
When you needed to ride a small because they were so tall. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna crush your nuts going off something because they were so tall.
I will say, I feel like in the I'm 35. I started biking when I was 10, so 25 years. Like the technology. At the end of the day, I'm here to say geometry is the biggest thing. Like my hardtail last weekend, I cleaned no dab and chunder muffin on a hardtail single speed, but it has a 64 head tube angle. So it's like back to our original downhill bikes. We're probably like 68 head tube angles.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody running a specialized P2 with a dual crown on it.
Oh, come
I
on,
mean,
that was
what is geometry?
Yeah. There was none. And then he had a Banshee Scream that he bent and then welded the frame as is, and it just
Just chunks of aluminum.
chunks of aluminum.
Chunks of aluminum
Yep,
on the
yep.
side.
Didn't
It's
bend
called
it
a
back.
mosaic.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I mean, I think like watching progression of bikes, it's geometry is the biggest thing,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's pretty good right now.
And the introduction of carbon fiber.
Carbon fibulous.
Yes. I still remember to this day when, this is back when we were like, into bikes, researching all the bikes, looking at everything. I mean, constantly online. And then when they like launched the Santa Cruz V10 in carbon, and we were like, who on earth is going to buy a carbon fiber bike? Like, that thing's going to snap in half on you. I don't trust it. I trust metal. Like, there's no way this is going anywhere. And then all of a sudden it's like, yep. And I ride a 29er carbon fiber. Yep. I trust it. It's really light.
You would not believe the amount of comments. So, smoked a tree, blew up the head tube. That video we just looked at it, is a 1.8
1.8 million views
Yeah.
in less than a week.
on Two Trick Tony's Instagram page. Half of the comments are like, never buy carbon
Yeah.
fiber.
Yeah.
If you're fat, don't get carbon. Little do they know, it was a horrific sound when I hit that tree.
I bet.
Like, people just assumed that it broke in the parking lot, but no.
Yeah.
That carbon fiber probably saved me a trip to the hospital.
Well,
I mean, it's-
carbon is way stronger. I mean, you can sit there and hit it with a hammer, and it doesn't just break.
Yeah.
People don't get that, how strong carbon bikes are.
I mean, that's why they made that, submersible, the Titan.
I was
They made
just
it
going to say,
carbon
don't make a
fiber.
sub.
It
Yeah.
just fatigues a little bit.
Over the years.
Check it
Yeah.
a little more often. No, but like if he had an aluminum head tube with what like the sound that made and the way he hit that was, I mean, I bet people at the pool at Richmond ducked because of gunshots. It's not the
it was
best
that
I've
loud.
had.
Nothing new there.
My
Yeah.
just exploded.
It was 20-0 right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It
Not
was like
supposed to
when
do those.
Lauren hit the tree at Copper Ridge and like stopped instantly on the no
that.
pedal race. He came on. He had an episode and we talked about that a little bit.
Lauren
Yeah,
only
my
knows how
boy.
to like either win or lose.
Yeah.
Like
Winter explode.
No,
Yeah.
actually, I remember the first time we met him. We were at Crystal, And it was for the state championship
Yeah,
downhill
yeah,
race.
yeah. Was it Chris or was it Boyne?
No,
I think it was like Boyne.
might have been
Mountain.
Boyne.
Boyne Mountain,
It was
not
Boyne.
Highlands. Yeah.
And we were like, who's this kid that like is so fast? And then he had a brand new kit on.
Yeah.
And literally the second run of the day, the kit was destroyed because he crashed. And like everything was ripped. And then we started riding with him and we're like,
Right. Oh,
he's
he's
either
freaking
winning or he's breaking bones and his bike. And that's pretty much held true to this day.
I mean, he's wicked fast on the bike.
Yeah, the next kid's coming up right now. He won the Richmond Ruckus this last. We talked about it in the last David Brower podcast on Tuesday, but
Lauren won.
no, kid Trevor Eyes won.
Oh, really?
And he's in that same talent level. We're just like, that's different.
No,
That's-
no fear.
like
natural
we're all pretty
talent.
fast.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his Cat 1 license in downhill.
Oh,
And
jeez.
just, I mean, the 19 to 29 category in
Yeah.
Cat 1 downhill is like, it's the trenches.
Yeah.
You have, Cat 2, 19 to 29, because it's anybody off the street can come in. All the local,
Yeah.
like, young rippers are in that category. So you have to fight
Yeah.
for a podium
Move-
to earn points. Yeah.
Move to BC, move out west, and just ride.
Yeah, he's a pro level rider. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of opportunity at this
Yep.
point.
Yep.
He
yeah,
just
for
needs
sure.
two results and he can bump, I think.
Wow.
Yep.
Good for him.
He would sit probably back half pro right now at like a Windrock or something.
Sheesh.
If he can pull it together and
Yeah.
not like he showed up at Richmond Ruckus shirtless, board shorts, no shoes, drunk, and then beat everyone by a second and a half on a 30-second run.
That gap's pretty big. Brian, I thought you were always quick.
I mean, I got eighth.
We didn't exactly have the best race prep.
Yeah, we were announcing. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah, yeah.
emceed the event. So
Yeah.
we're talking, and, like, we had been advertising for weeks that we're just going to, like, talk shit and make fun of people.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
We did a damn good job of making fun of everyone there.
Yeah.
But, like, when it came, Kellen didn't bring a bike, so he was smart. I went up and, like, cut in line. I still have my
Yep.
microphone on. So, like, in my video, I'm, like, talking on the PA as I'm going through.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Not you talking
Yeah.
But, like,
and making excuses.
it was an excuse. But like going up and like starting with no prep at all, like at bootleg or the extreme country race, like I'll like
Yeah, do a
warm
couple
up,
sessions. Yeah. Yeah.
do a couple runs, but like just to walk up the hill and like, okay, I gotta go as fast as I possibly can. And it is kind of technical.
Yeah.
And like you gotta rip down here and like gotta be on the gas, and like everyone has expectations of what we're gonna do.
Yep.
So I come down and I do like an okay run. And then it's Craig's turn to go up, and he goes up and waits in line forever, and he's up there for a long time.
Is this when you broke your frame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first lap of the day, and it was going for it. And it just like landed a table, and then my front wheel just kind of burped or like squirmed,
went
and I
right
looked
into a
up,
tree.
and it was just pointed at a tree.
Yeah.
It was like,
That
okay,
hap- that
There's no
happens.
moving.
gonna wear this.
Yeah. And he didn't break your collarbone, which is good.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
And then somebody came up and they're like, do the rotation thing, and full rotation. They're like, you're good.
Yeah.
He
Don't worry
passed
about
out
it.
a beer lighter, and we're like, oh, okay, you can pass out a beer, you're good.
Yeah.
But Kellen was the smart one.
Yeah.
Because like going from 0 to like full gas, even like it's just for fun and we're just hanging out and having a good time. Not a single person in this room can just go out and have a good time if
Yeah,
you know there's expectations on you.
And you have Brian on a PA system talking shit as you're dropping in for your race run.
In all fairness, you talk shit as I go through. What was it? You forgot how to ride a bike?
Oh no, he's still learning.
He's new this year.
The best excuse was I forgot my bike. just remember that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot it. Oops, my bad.
Yeah.
I was already in town getting
Yeah.
the dolly. I couldn't bring a bike.
I was gonna go running and then
Hey, in all fairness, I showed up to the start line at Barry 100 this year without an Axis battery. So,
You race single speed anyway.
yeah, I know I was in the wrong gear, though. I figured it out.
someone give you a battery.
They did. They gave me James Hayes gave me a Amazon non-branded one, and 25 miles in, it was dead. So then I sat at the end of Sager and asked people, and finally a guy had an extra. So I was good.
Yeah.
But that was like, I always laugh at people that do that and like think, oh, I'll never do that because I'm pretty prepared. I couldn't believe it. When I literally was like at the start line 10 minutes before, and I was like, oh, I should shift into a different gear. And I was like, oh, it's not shifting. Oh, I don't even have a battery.
See, progression of bikes. Now you have to have a battery to shift
Yeah.
And dropper.
and dropper. Give me that cable, yo.
See, but that's why I run an Axis dropper on my XC bike, because then if it dies, I can take it. It's like a permanent extra battery.
Kellen does that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I do.
And when my battery dies, I take it off his dropper.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You just gotta find someone that has 2 batteries.
It's just an $800 battery holder.
Basically.
Well, awesome.
Let's
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Yeah, boys.
Hour 20 with like long editing sessions.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
stayed up late last night trying to get the David Brower one out so that we could be on schedule now. I don't have to stay up late anymore doing this, but I knew this was going to be fun. It exceeded expectations of fun.
Yeah.
Kellen, have you asked a question yet?
I was a listener today.
Sorry, it was the Brian show today.
Yeah.
We got a lot of years of history of
Yeah.
doing road trips.
Just
so.
let you guys go and talk.
But thanks for having us on.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
appreciate it. This is awesome.
If you
Yeah,
need
appreciate
if you need any health food, Mitch is your guy.
Yeah, you guys want to plug some stuff? You want to plug your...
Come shopping at Harvest Health.
I did not know you owned that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have been in there.
Oh, good. Well, we appreciate it. Yeah, no, we bought it from, it's my wife's family business. And so then we bought it from her parents 2020. So we've been running for the past, I've been there for 15 years, but we've, Emily and I have owned it for the past 5 years. So
Nice.
For some
looking to
reason, I
expand
thought you
some
guys
more,
were
so-
accountants.
She is. She's
Emily's an
CPA.
accountant.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
CPA. Yeah. So, no, I'm good with numbers, but give me talking to people.
Mitch is good with people.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what are you doing now? Because you went from seafood sales and to bike shop manager to
Yeah, personal financial planning. So, which is what I went
Natural
to school for.
curve.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, at the end of the day, so I went to college for finance, and all my extra classes I took were financial planning. And at the end of the day, I like to help people. Like, that's what I've realized over the years. Like, and when you're at the bike shop, you're helping people with bikes. And then there was a realization.
you sold people Cannondales on purpose.
Cannondale's a good bike.
Not many. not many. But no, then you come to that realization of like, I think I can help people with more than that. And I had a good opportunity to get into it. And then Sean, my business partner, and I left our firm in January and started our own branch. So, yeah. So I love what I get to do. And
What's it called?
Eversource Wealth Advisors. So we're the only Michigan branch. So they're out of Birmingham.
Go ahead.
No, it looks like you have a question.
No, I've
Brian's like, I got a whole bunch of money. I need invested.
Yeah. No, and that's the fun part too. Is like a lot of people hear financial planner and they think, oh, they just do investments, but like we do a lot more than that. So take your whole life into consideration. So it's fun to walk with people and help them with their finances, and the whole goal is to get them free of worrying about finances and just enjoying life and going on bike trips and going golfing, doing whatever it is that makes them happy.
And buying that downhill bike they don't need.
Exactly.
Oh, amen. Amen.
You know, the interesting thing is, like, more times than not, we're, like, trying to tell people to spend money. But, I mean, like, our average client is older, but it's just interesting. Like, people get set in their ways, you know, and it's like, just because all of a sudden they have a lot of money doesn't mean they're going to spend it. So,
And
like,
you're doing the math on how old they are,
Yeah.
how long they have left,
Oh, yeah.
and you're going,
Yep.
Yep.
should
Spend it, guys. You earned it. Spend it. You don't need to save for the kids.
That's what I tell Mitch.
Yep.
Just send it.
Well, I know Michael Foster working for you at the bike shop, friend of all of us.
Yeah.
He really enjoyed working with you, and
Awesome.
like
He's
really
a good kid.
his family really liked that you took him under his wing and stuff, and
Yep.
now he's like a controls engineer
Now he's somebody.
at like 19 years old.
That's awesome.
He's like
He's a smart kid.
Yeah, he's been traveling with us since he was 8. Like, especially Kellen and I. Like,
Yeah.
he's been on so many.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have his power of attorney, or I did until he turned 18 to go on bike trips.
Yeah.
Well, Courtney did.
Gotta
Let's
sign
be,
that.
let's be real.
Gotta
Brian
sign that
Power
waiver
Attorney.
somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for reliving the past with us, telling us your stories.
Yeah. No, we loved it.
Absolutely.
It's fun to sit back and, yeah.
I'm a
talk
big
about those
like
memories.
I'm a big like let's focus on the future, but every now and then it's fun to look back and enjoy the past.
Yeah, it always is.
absolutely.
For everyone listening, thanks for for tuning in. And remember, like always, to keep progressing, keep pushing yourself, and have fun. See ya.